Hi everybody, I'm Captain Floofers, and welcome back to more Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. And when we last left off, we joined up with Phoebe, and we're going into the Wintry Cave because there's a monster in here that has like a crest or something that we need for teleporting. It's a very, very simple story, but you know, here we are. Here we are. So it's Thursday today, so I'm recording like I said I would do. Not that it really matters all that much. I'm gonna have if we don't get around to recording Deus Ex on Saturday here, I'm gonna have plenty of video stuff to put up for the next coming week. Because I haven't edited any of the stuff that I recorded on Tuesday, because I do all of my editing on Sundays. And, you know, if I just happen to have all of this footage to edit it at once, then I have all of this footage to edit at once, and that's just how it's going to be. But, you know, since it's been a couple of days, not really much has happened. And the gameplay really isn't the same, so much like last time, I don't really have a lot to talk about. It's kind of a curse with games like this for Let's Plays, but luckily I'll probably have more to talk about when we get to the actual training for the speedrun part. I'm still trying to figure out you know, how exactly I'm going to go about doing the speedrun parts. I don't know if I'm just going to record those on my own. I don't know if I'm going to put them on YouTube. I don't know if I'm going to do them through Twitch. It's a lot to think about, but for the time being, it's going to, you know, take at least a few more sessions of this to complete the casual run, which is basically threefold reasons why I'm doing this. Oh, this is where we learned that the claw weapon allows us to grab onto these like ladder sort of situations here. And it's the exact same kind of claw weapon that Tristram got back in the Earth Cave, and since Phoebe gave us hers, she now just has a bow. But anyway, basically three reasons why I'm recording this this casual playthrough, as I said before. One, to have something to put up on YouTube, especially since we weren't able to get around to recording Deus Ex this week. Two, it's to refamiliarize myself with the game in general. And three, to set up an endgame save file that we will use for a glitch in the speedrun. So how does this claw do? It's Centaur. Oh no, when he dies. Actually, first let's get rid of the worm, because the worm's going to be a pain in the ass. Don't use fire on us, please. That's bad. I'm going to try using the claw on the Centaur. See if I actually hit this time. Nope. Wow, crit and hit us, and he killed us. I think we're going to be starting this battle over. Once the confusion goes away. No, she was able to kill with fire. It does mean I have to heal myself. Should I use the potions? Yeah, I think the spells are going to be a bit more effective there. I'm also going to use that. I have plenty of white charges. Let's get this treasure chest over here. I know that there's more monsters down on the lower floor there, but I just want to make sure that... I don't know if that's the way to progress, or if this is the way to progress. Okay, I want to try to check all the side areas to make sure I get everything. Alright, these are weak to axes. Why am I even using the claw? I like how you can just, like, swap your... You can still keep using the R button to swap your weapon, even in battle. I mean, that is a big part of the strategy and everything, but still. Oh no! Well. What does this sword do? About average. Oh. Can hit with the claw now. It's average. Okay. 3 potions. Alright, let's blow this open. If it feels too much like I'm going in a progressive direction, I'll double back and check out more of the side routes, but I'm not using a guide or anything right now. It's actually pretty easy to, you know, just get through the game without a guide. It's, you know, meant to be an easy game. Also just means less that I have to look up. I mean, I don't have to look up anything in any of these games, but you get the idea. I think these guys are going to be weak to, or at least the Sparnas. I'm fairly sure they're going to be weak to range attacks, so I'm just going to start trying stuff on the turtle. Yep, they are weak to range attacks because they're flying. Oh, turtles are weak to axes. That's good to know. Little doofy turtle sprites. Well, they're weak to axes, so I can just go ahead and kill this one, I guess. Crit the centaur, which is good, because I don't like getting confused. You shouldn't really use up all of your wizard slots like that, just saying. Just on trash mobs. I want more arrows. I can't go through the thing there. That looks like the boss down there, actually. I think it's yeah, Kraken is the boss here. I thought it was the Frost Golem, but I think that comes later. Actually, yeah, let's use a Cure Potion ourselves. And just let Phoebe take out the Sparnas. Worms are weak to axes. And one of the things I gotta do, I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but I gotta find a timer application for, you know, showing the timer. Because that's what speedruns do. They have, you know, timers on them. Sorry. It's about 9 o'clock at night when I just started doing this like 10 minutes ago. I've been up since 7:30 this morning, so a little tired. I was going to do more Palace of the Dead in Final Fantasy XIV, but one of our people who we're doing it with can't make it, so considering we're going in with a fixed party, it's not something we'll be able to do today. Because I'm basically, what I'm doing with that is trying to keep up with the relic weapon side quests in that. And one of the items that you have to get, basically the last stage currently for the relic weapons, is getting ancient artifacts, which can be obtained in either the pain in the ass newer raid dungeon, or through Palace of the Dead, which is some content that's been around for a while now. I figure I'd rather do that because I don't want to do the pain in the ass new raid over and over again. It's not fun. Palace of the Dead is still fun, even if I do have to sink myself down to level 60 for it. That's fine. And no, I'm not going to use another class in there because Red Mage is all I know, and I want to make sure that I succeed. And unlike most player characters in the game, I have not reached max level in every single job. I don't have that kind of time, unfortunately. Plus, I just have so many other goals that I want to meet. You know, crazy, I know, because I was considering that was one of the main things I was talking about last time, was having so much I want to do and like no time to do it. And a big chunk of what I want to do is in Final Fantasy XIV. Like, I have like a whole spreadsheet and everything of all of the gaming stuff that I want to accomplish while I'm working on my backlog. And there's like a whole separate section of it dedicated to what do you call it? Goals I want to accomplish in, you know, Final Fantasy. Especially considering I don't play the game all the time. The new Godzilla movie came out today or something? I don't know. It's April 1st. I'm not doing an April Fool's thing because I don't normally do April Fool's stuff. I did a fun thing on Discord where I changed my name on several Discord channels, but then like one of my friends ruined it, so I stopped doing that halfway through the day. But it's probably going to be a good while before I see the Godzilla vs. Kong in any respect, because I don't go to the movie theaters. I just don't particularly like going to movie theaters. I mean, you know, how am I wording this? I mean, you know me, and like how I'm one of the stereotypical nerds who likes to sit around the house all day. That's just how I am. But I don't go to the movie theater. It's way too expensive just to watch a movie that I can watch later on for less money or free. I mean, I did see the first Godzilla movie in the theater. I think that was the last time I ever went to the theater, was when I saw Godzilla. Actually, no. That wasn't the last time I went to the theater. The last time I went to the theater was when I was actually, before I moved down here, and I was just visiting with my brother, and we went and saw Super Troopers 2. I think that was the last time I went to a theater to see a movie. But usually I'm just like, the movie I watch is going to be the same movie that I'm going to be watching in the theater anyway, so why bother? I'll just, you know, watch it on TV or whatever streaming service I have access to at the moment. I have a lot less access to streaming services right now because when I lived back in Virginia, my roommate was subscribed to all kinds of stuff. We had, you know, Xfinity on demand. I watched movies through that. We had HBO. So I watch a bunch of movies through HBO. I had Netflix for a while. Now the only thing I have is I have Amazon Prime. And so I have Amazon Prime Video, which I don't use all the time, but I'll use it. I guess eventually if Godzilla does come up on there, or Godzilla vs. Kong does come up on there, then I'll watch it on there, but for the time being... Yeah, I'm just gonna have to wait until it comes out, because, like, the only way that you can... I mean, you can go to the theaters, or you can watch it on HBO Max, which... I think, ironically, I would have had that if I had stayed in Virginia. But, you know, I can wait. Like, the only thing that's been spoiled for me so far is Mechagodzilla's in it, and everyone knows that. Sorry. I don't know how much of this I'm going to play today. I do at least want to get through this dungeon. Just so I can have some, you know, some more videos to edit and put up. Maybe I might just clear the whole water area. I think that might be okay just to clear the water area. Just figure out what to do afterwards. Just do sparse commentary until then. Now, it feels weird doing this without Greg right now. I don't know, I had a hell of a lot more to talk about with Link's Awakening when I did the randomizer. That failed randomizer run like a few weeks back, but then again I was also reacting to things, whereas with this game, you know, I mean, we've technically seen up to this point on the channel. I know I got up at least through Kraken. But, I mean, I don't expect you to go back and watch the whole, you know, drunk run for that, so... I may as well be talking about the story when it comes up. But just, you know, I do say that I like this game, and I do like this game. But, again, it's just because it's a nice, chill, fun experience to go through. It's not like it's a particularly well-made game. You know, they went with Baby's first RPG to the point where it is very simplistic, and the story is very simplistic. I mean, you may as well not even have a story, but then what's the point of playing an RPG if there's no story? That's, like, the main thing. People complain about stories in video games all the time. Why do we care why Mario is going to save the princess? Why is there need to be a story for that? Why does there need to be a story for fighting games or for racing games? But RPGs, they're, you know, built around the stories and whatnot, and the settings. Because of their slower nature, they have more of a chance to, you know, to let the story shine through. I mean, otherwise, why would you be pushing yourself through seeing numbers on the screen? Yeah, I mean, the story here is as simplistic as, like, you know, some 6th grader's first RPG Maker game. Not to knock RPG Maker, but RPG Maker is actually a pretty fun tool to use. And there are some people who can do some pretty amazing things with RPG Maker. I am not one of them. But I have used RPG Maker quite a bit, and, I mean, I say quite a bit. Yeah, I'll say quite a bit. I have had a few different versions. Like, I had RPG Maker on the PlayStation. I still do, someplace. And I made part of a game on that. And I had, like, there was an RPG Maker 3 or something like that on the PS2, which wasn't as good. And I also have whatever the RPG Maker is called on the 3DS. And I still plan on, at one point, going back and, you know, finishing up the game I started making on that, which I don't really have a game right now on that, but, like, I've had ideas, and the ideas are written down, and I can always just remember what those ideas were and put them into the game. But the only, you know, major downside to when I come up with stories and you know, progression for RPGs and stuff, I'm always of the mind of go big or go home. When it comes to stuff like that, and I get really, I can't even think of the word now. But basically, you know, I can't even think of other words to describe it. And it's a very common word, too. And this is the sort of thing that, you know, irks me, is whenever I try to think of a very common word and I just can't think of the word. Maybe it's because I have my headphones on, I don't know. But when you have, like, a grand vision and you want to see the whole grand vision through. But, you know, the thing is, like, I'm not going to be restricted by a publisher or anything. I'll still be able to do what I want to do with it. I mean, it's not like anybody's going to play it anyway. It's going to be on the 3DS. Nobody plays the 3DS anymore, except me. I'm sure there are people who still play the 3DS, but... See, I'm still trying to think of the word, and the word that keeps coming to my mind is motivational, and that is not the word at all. I want to sit for a minute. This is going to bother me. Let me sit for a second. Let me save the game here. Let's actually put it in this safe slot, just in case the recording goes wrong. I'm going to try to think of this word. 2 seconds. The word was ambitious. That's a word I use quite often. I don't know why I can't think of it. But yes, I have a very ambitious vision of this game. And who knows if I'll even be able to make it work on one game file. You don't need to use heal potions, you know the heal spell. I'll need to use the heal potions on you. If we're in a big, you know, larger battle. I mean, not like something like this. I mean, I'm fine just letting the paralysis go with something like this, but... You know, I only have like 3 of those left, and there's gonna be a point where I'm gonna have to use those on you. How many other enemies are there around here? There's quite a few. Just take care of these guys. Maybe I'll level up again before we fight Kraken, I don't know. You know, I have noticed that the other characters don't level up at all. just now. I'm the only one who's leveling up. That's probably why they always start you at a higher level, then. Or start the other characters at a higher level. And that's one of the big complaints that people have about this game, is that every time a new character joins your party, they're always a higher level than you. And we'll even see, like, in really weird situations, like with Kaylee. Kaylee's going to rejoin our party later. And she's going to be a higher level than us, despite having, you know, been at the brink of death in bed the entire time. And, you know, the reasoning is that they don't like the fact that all of the other characters are higher level than you, because then you don't feel like the hero. You just feel like the dead weight. And that's a good way of, you know, that's I said not a good way of looking at it, but a very accurate way of looking at it. That I can see where they're coming from with that, but I don't take this game super seriously. Again, I just do it to relax, and I can look past that. It's cathartic for me, and that's why I like the game. But I can totally understand where people are coming from with the with a lot of the quirks that this game has. Yeah, I think I'll clear the whole water area and then go through the focus tower and then call it. I mean, that's still a ways off. Especially with all these enemies we gotta fight. Again, we don't have to fight them, but it doesn't hurt. I like being as high a level as I can be. I'm going to enjoy it while I can, because we're not going to be doing this in the speedrun, let me tell you. Well, there's going to be a lot of enemies we're not going to be fighting. I have to go through these enemies anyway to get to the... So you have to go around, there's a little barrier. I mean, you could probably see it, but because of the... like the ice layer above us, it was a little bit hidden. Like, I thought I was going to be able to go around the centaurs and up the stairs. And I was going to double back to kill these enemies over here anyway, but now it turns out we actually have to come this way because we, turns out you can't go around the treasure chest. Which is fine. There's three more enemies left, and then the boss. And I do want to make sure that Phoebe has her spell charges, because I have a feeling it's going to be a bit of a mess otherwise, because I'm thinking back to how I just kind of rushed into the Flamerous Rex boss fight with Tristram, and I had to restart that twice. You probably saw that a couple days ago, but... and it was a couple days ago for me, too. I just kind of want to try to avoid have that kind of thing happen with other bosses, if possible. Phoebe's actually strong against wind. It's good to know, I suppose. I'm not going to be fighting too many wind enemies with her from here on out. I mean, she joins you again, like, at the end of the game. She's actually the final party member that you have, because even at the end of the game, you only have one other person. But that person is Phoebe. And we will be seeing Tristram again at one point. And then there's another guy named Ruben. And I forget the other person who's in your party in the wind area. But also, again, Kaylee joins your party again at some point, too. When you go back into, like, the forest. These sound like major spoilers, but it really doesn't matter, because, again, this isn't that big of a you know, a grandiose story or anything.